Yeah.
What you're saying is that there's this bad behavior and the medicine was raising your relationship. And what's interesting is when this bad behavior happens and people lower their relationship, they're actually causing this behavior to get worse. From when she started spiraling, had you not ruined the NKN, her language would not be like that. So we cause a person in pain more pain, which exacerbates the behavior, and then we get more upset at them, causing them more pain, which exacerbates the behavior even more. And then it's like, I want this. This is not my kid. It is your kid. And she was raised by you. And somebody stabbed her. She went through trauma. And people who are in the psych ward, people who are in the cancer ward, they scream, they curse, and we don't get angry at somebody. We know who they were. The fact that she wasn't born and raised like that shows us that she's in enormous pain. Let's say the story that I always say, because it doesn't get better than Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. You ever hear of Reb Shimon Bar Yochai? Was he holy enough?
Mm-hmm.
Holiest of the holy, there's no Hatana ha'leiki, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. So it says that he went to take off learning, time from learning. He went to visit sick people. And he heard somebody wasn't just cursing like a sailor, it's cursing God. Can you imagine? F you, drop dead, you mother, F God. Cursing God. I had kids do that in my house. My first kid, home sweet home kid. I didn't know anything. You should see him now. He's such a doll, such a sweetheart. It's 25 years later. Of home sweet home, such a nachas. He was in my dining room. I said, God, I had no training. What am I going to do with this kid? And the fact that it's your kid is even worse. So Shimon Bar Yochai said, I don't understand. You're cursing God. It means you believe in God. So you believe in God. Why are you cursing him? Why don't you pray to him? Genius. You believe in God. So you're cursing him because you're in terrible pain. Why cursing him? Pray to him. So the guy says, you're right. I pray to God to take my disease and to put it on you. And you should be sick. Shimon Bar Yochai says, he's right. I should have stayed and Mismedrash and learned it's Bittul Torah. When you go to visit someone who's in pain, your job is not to tell them what to do and make them more sick. I made the situation worse. He's going to curse more. Very easy to say, horrified. I'm horrified. This is the behavior that happens when someone goes through childhood trauma, rape, or God forbid, molestation, or other types of trauma. It turns sweet souls temporarily into crazy animal people. But when we give them medicine, which we get through that, we don't get so horrified that this is too hard for me. And we see that I'm going to help this kid get through it, then actually that helps the behavior over time as well, as you'll hear consistently. It's not a week, it's not a month. This week's parsha is the only parsha, last week's parsha, the only parsha that we see a mother that abandons her kid. Hagar was a guy. Ishmael is dying, and she says, I can't see him die. Out of my love, I can't look at this. Out of your love, if it wasn't your kid, you would say a neighbor effing thing. You'd say, Chani, what's wrong? What's the matter? Oh, my effing thing. That you wouldn't say, who brought you up that way? And you wouldn't feel so hurt and offended. You'd say, this kid is in a lot of pain. I don't care what language they use. They're saying, ow, ow, ow. That's what we hear. Ow, 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 ow. The Jewish mommy doesn't abandon their kid and say, I can't deal with this. I can't tolerate this. You're there. You clean up the vomit. You bathe these kids when they have diaper rash. Okay, you take care of them when they're sick, and you hold them through all of their pain. You hold them and hold them and hold them through everything, because that's what a Jewish mommy and daddy does. And you say to yourself, hey, if they're acting so different than I raised them, and that they behave themselves, a couple of years back, something happened to them. They didn't become bad. And I'm going to hold them and carry them until they feel better. And because you saved their life, they're not getting the pain of feeling this additional pain that my mommy and daddy don't like. I'm not likable, which throws them into the ocean of sharks. drugs, suicide, everything comes from that. So you love your kid, don't let your love cause you to damage and drown your kid from having a chance to survive.